I've cracked it. I've cracked the fact that I can predict the very next candle with 80% accuracy almost all of the time. The past couple of years I've been trading one 4-hour candle, and in this video today I'm going to give away the exact secrets, the exact method I use to be able to pull out money from the markets consistently. After watching this video today, you'll never need another trading video. This will be all you need. One candle is truly all you need. Let me dive into this depiction on my screen. You can see two candles here. One is a bullish expansion candle. One is a bearish expansion candle. In this one, the lower time frames of this candle look like this. It goes consolidation, low of the day or low of the candle, move higher, and then open, low, high, close. This is the high to close portion. Your trade comes in this price leg. Every single one of my students trades this as well. This is a bearish depiction. Here you have a consolidation, which is the opening price, spike higher, which is this portion, and then the distribution lower, creating the low to close portion. This trading leg is all you need to become profitable. After watching this, you will never need another strategy. All of it is made clear in this video. Now, I've spoken about one candles a couple years ago. Everyone now is talking about one candle, but they're teaching it wrong. They're missing key parts of the framework. The main thing you need to worry about is characteristics, and we're going to dive into exactly what that means today. So what is the candle I'm focused on? I'm focused on one 4-hour candle. I mentioned that before. The 4-hour candle you need to be focused on is the 10 a.m. 4-hour candle on indices. This is New York Standard Time, okay? The 10 a.m. 4-hour candle gives you absolutely everything you will ever need for a trade. It always looks like this, or it always looks like this. Again, depending on the characteristics of the previous candles, it will look like this and depict itself as such, okay? Let's dive straight into some examples of the 10 a.m. candle performing what I speak about. Here on my screen, you can see a trade I recently took, okay? This is a trade I recently took at the start of September. Now, all I need is one 4-hour candle, more specifically the 10 a.m. 4-hour candle. If you take a look at this candle here, right? Why is this a predictable 4-hour candle? Let me go over the little framework here. So I spoke about previous candles characteristics, tipping its hand for you to be able to trade the 10 a.m. candle, okay? We took out equal lows back here and then rejected like this. Look at the momentum after taking out key lows. That is key. That's framework. The momentum there is telling you we are on side with bullishness. We then create a fair value gap. We tap into that fair value gap and rally away from it. It leaves two down close candles behind. All right. So this right here is the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle. Again, New York time. I won't mention it anymore. 6 a.m. 4-hour candle trades down into a key level. That's exactly what I meant by saying the previous candle's characteristics will tip its hand to you. Now you are engaging in the 10 a.m. 4-hour candle. Why can we engage with this now? Because this candle, the previous candle, traded into key levels. So you had the down close candles that went into a fair value gap. And again, the framework, the equal lows back there, we rejected from them massively. Now you are finding an entry within this 4-hour candle. Now on your screen is the exact entry framework I used to get $750,000 funding with TopStep. All right. Remember, you're predicting the 4-hour candle. This is 10 a.m.'s opening price. 10 a.m. opens down here. Then we rally above an old high, breaking a swing high. Everyone on YouTube likes to say the 2022 model doesn't work. Here's the thing. The 2022 model absolutely works, but it works in the framework of that 4-hour candle, in the framework of the 10 a.m. 4-hour candle. That's why I say you need one candle to trade. All right. 10 a.m.'s opens down here. We break a swing high with momentum. Remember, we are aiming for well above this. That's why I've got 30 points above the highs marked out. 8:30 opening prices back here. And the previous 4-hour candle, remember, traded into our key level, then rejected from it. Now the 10 a.m. candle's predictable, and we rally down into the fair value gap and rally away. You take an entry at that point with your stop loss below here, and you can ride the wave up. Very easy, straight to the point, but it's the same thing repeating itself over and over again. if the previous candle tips its hand to you, that 10 a.m. 4-hour candle will make you all the money you ever need. All of my successful students I've worked on a one-to-one basis with, they all trade this candle because it provides absolutely everything you need 3 to 4 times a week. That's all you'll need. You don't need more trades, you just need better ones based around one candle. Let me go into some live examples of this actually happening. Here's another example of the 10 a.m. candle providing absolutely everything you need. Now, why were we bearish here, first of all? That's the first thing we have to understand. Well, we've broken structure to the downside. We've had massive displacement lower. What is displacement? Displacement is basically the algorithm flashing to you that it wants to go in one direction. We get on side with that displacement through this candle, and let me show you how. Okay, so we trade into this fair value gap here. Then we start to work lower. And remember earlier in the video when I said the previous candle's characteristics tips its hand to you for that 10 a.m. candle to be distribution or to be predictable. What does this candle do? Well, it trades above the previous candle's high inside of a key level. All right. When we're predictably bearish, we traded above the previous candle's high inside of a fair value gap. Now this candle here becomes predictable. Again, only trade after 10 a.m. and do not trade after 11:30 a.m. If you do that consistently and you focus on the 6 a.m. candle providing the framework for 10 a.m.'s candle to be expansion, you will become a successful trader. You will have time, location, and money freedom. That is a guarantee. It's the same guarantee I make in my one-to-one coaching because I am able to make that guarantee. I am so confident in this framework. So I'm able to make the guarantee of I work with you until you become profitable at no extra cost. Anyway, more on that in a bit. Now, back to the charts itself, all right? We have that 4-hour fair value gap created after the displacement. Now, we've displaced through a gap on the other side. When we're disrespecting discount arrays that are meant to hold in a bullish market, we are flipping buyers as long as you have some time secrets behind it, and I can't give that away in this video. Now, this candle becomes predictable. Let's mark up our 10 a.m. and let's dive onto that lower time frame to see how we would get an entry in this candle. So remember, the vertical line on your screen is the 10 a.m. opening price, all right? 10 a.m.'s candle opens up here, and remember what we did up here. We took the previous 4-hour candle's high and rejected from it inside of that key level after we've had displacement. Now, that 4-hour candle, that one candle, the one candle you need to use to become profitable is predictable. When it's predictable, it is a literal gold mine. So many people on YouTube are teaching one candle theory, but they're teaching it wrong. Okay? Look at my video, search Loz Trades one candle. It will show up all my previous videos from a few years back teaching this. But now I'm going to start a series. If you guys like the video enough and you leave a like, you drop comments, I will start this series and you will never need to watch another YouTube video again. Just watch the one candle series and you will become profitable. If you want that, please drop a like. Now, going into how we would enter this. Now, you might be saying, Loz, would I enter here? No. Would I enter here? No. Would I enter here? Yes. That is when you enter. Now, you might be thinking, why is that? Why do we not enter down here? This is a consolidation. Now, we can do a few things from a consolidation, but excuse me, we can actually only do one thing from a consolidation, and that is expand. All right. We can then do a few things from that expansion, but we can only expand from a consolidation. So what you need to do is when you're waiting there, you're profiling the market. Are we expanding or are we consolidating? This is clearly a consolidation market. Okay. Now, remember, guys, this is not random. This is all inside of that 4-hour candle. So we consolidate and we can do one thing from a consolidation. That is expand. After the expansion has happened, we can either reverse or we can retrace. That's a gem, okay? We can only expand from a consolidation. After that's happened, we can reverse or we can retrace. So keep that in mind. And when we expand down here, when we expand now, are we bearish or bullish? Bearish, right? We're bearish on that one candle. So are we predicting a reversal? No. Why would we be predicting a reversal from an expansion that's just happened if we're bearish? We wouldn't. So price will not reverse. price will retrace. That's the only function it can perform now that we've expanded from a consolidation inside of a bearish market. Watch that a few times over. Now, so if the only thing it can do is retrace, we expect this run higher. Now, what does this run higher from our consolidation actually do? We zoom into the candles here. What does it actually do? It takes out equal highs. 1, 2. Runs above those highs and starts to distribute lower. Where would your entry be? As soon as we close below that up close candle that ran into the equal highs. That is your entry. Do you see that orange line? That is the same entry I took to get funded with Top Step, max allocation, okay? When I get a payout from that, I will showcase that on my YouTube as well. We do full transparency over here. I do not hide wins. I do not hide losses. I don't hide any trades. Now, we run higher, taking out equal highs here. Then displace lower, closing below the up close candles that traded into the equal highs. Now, you'll notice something here. We get massive distribution, yes, but every gap you're expecting to hold now holds price lower. Every up close candle you get told, up close candles should support price lower in a bearish market. Yes, after the framework is on side, after one candle is set for expansion. How many times, the old viewers of mine will know, how many times have I spoken about expansion candles and one candles? All the time, right? For years I've been talking about this, but this winter I'm really diving into it onto a new level you've never seen, because quite frankly it's all being taught wrong. Now there's a lot more needed than just fair value gaps and patterns. I can't give that away in one video, but we'll get into it over time. Now again, why are we expecting this to retrace and not reverse up here? Because this consolidated inside of one candle that is ready to go lower. Then you get an entry, you get an entry, you get an entry, you get an entry. Notice how there are no stop runs from that point forward. Why is that? Because we've had the manipulation of the 4-hour candle. Now we've had manipulation on the previous candles. We've not yet had manipulation on the 4-hour candle. Why is this not manipulation? When it runs above these highs here, why is it not manipulation? Because it's inside of a consolidation. Manipulation inside of a consolidation, all right, is not manipulation. Manipulation only counts when we're not consolidating. So we consolidate, we then expand, retrace, which is the manipulation. This counts as manipulation because this came after the consolidation. And remember what it ties back to. It ties back to that 4-hour candle becoming predictable. Why? Because 6 a.m.'s candle traded above the previous high into a key level, rejected from it. So this is all you need to make money in the markets. Okay? If you take a look at all the big candles that provide opportunity, they are either 6 a.m. or more often 10 a.m. on the indices market. Okay? After this video, you will have to watch it a few times. You will have to watch it a few times over because that's just the level of depth that I'm bringing in one video. Now, I don't want to flood your brain with too much, so I'm going to leave the video here. But look into your charts and look at all the expansion candles. Take a look. This isn't cherry picked. This 10 a.m. candle expands and is the biggest candle that day. Is that random or is that a repeating time and price factor? Now, coming to the end of the video, I wanted to mention my one-to-one mentorship again. I am opening up spots this week for the one-to-one mentorship. I had to close spots previously because, again, it's one-to-one. It's personalized. I work with my students one-to-one for a basis of 3 to 6 months until I get you profitable. And I keep working with you until I get you funded. I can make that guarantee because I believe in my system. And I know my system works. I'll make that guarantee if you promise to listen to me. Now, if you want access to my one-to-one mentorship, it's an application process because I can't just work with everyone. I want to work with the very most committed traders because I'm going to have weekly one-to-one calls with you trying to get you profitable. And I will get you profitable if you promise to listen, okay? If you're interested in that, I'm opening up slots this week, like I said. It's limited availability because I want it to be personalized. I want it to be personalized where I get you and I focus on your trading, your trades. I fix your entries, I fix your exits. Anything wrong with your trading, I will fix it. If you are interested in it, click the top link in my description and it will take you over to the application page. I will personally review your application, and if you fit the criteria, I will get back to you. My team will reach out. So if you are interested in becoming my student and finally changing your trading, blocking out all of the noise on these platforms, click the top link in the description. If you want to support me anyway, press the like button, and like I said, I will bring more one candle videos if this gets enough support. If you guys want it, I will bring it. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.